Welcome to the Changing of the Seasons podcast, where we explore the many shades and seasons of life, from the heart-pounding thrill of adventure to the peaceful pursuit of wellness. We're your hosts, Maya, Leah, and Mila, and together we'll journey through the different phases of life, one conversation at a time.
Whether it's love, relationships, personal growth, or the quest for meaning, we'll dive into the stories, the lessons, and the insights that make us who we are. Each episode, we'll chat through the lenses of 3 separate generations, navigating the winding roads of life, exploring what it truly means to live fully in every season.
So, if you're seeking adventure, wellness tips, heartfelt stories, or just a little wisdom to light your way, you're in the right place. Life is messy, beautiful, and everything in between. And here, we celebrate it all. Let's get started.
Maya, Mila.
Yeah, it doesn't sound the same. You're right.
Oh,
I'm coming to you.
I was about to say, go look her up. What you sipping on today?
I got some of this old. What's up, Jake? I got some of this old Pure Life.
Okay, not the thumbs down.
The judgment of it all.
Wow, what's your flavor of water you like?
Any but that one. That case, it's only good in the summertime.
It's only good when you dehydrated. That's what you're saying? Well,
That's it. It's kind of slimy, but I mean, hopefully it's cold. To be, I gotta buy you some water.
ain't nothing worse than Evian. That's like drinking spit.
It's bad. Well, hold on, my bad. To be, that may be the one I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I agree.
Deer Park, my bad.
I'm like, are we drinking the water that the deers drink too? Is that why it tastes like that?
Is that the Did they purify it that way?
Right. Questions that need answers. The real question is, does anybody have plans to see one of them days with Keke Palmer and SZA?
I want to
I
watch
do.
that.
Yeah, I think
I
I'm
wanna
actually
see it.
going to make a trip to the theater to see that.
What? When's the last time you went to the movies?
Wonka. You know, I had to go see Wonka. And then it was so crazy because it was like 3 or 4 of us that walked out the movie crying.
What?
You cried?
I
Not
sure
crying.
did. I don't, malicious Mila cried. It was a good closure piece. I don't know if they ever plan on doing anything else in that like world, but I feel like they answered a lot of the questions
Really?
that the original one kind of dropped the ball on. Like, why are there no people of color that got a golden ticket? You know what I mean?
They answered that?
They didn't answer it.
I was wondering.
But the main kid in the show, like the movie she was a little black girl, so.
Okay.
You've
Yeah.
never seen Wonka, Olivia? You should watch it. It's pretty good.
Okay. Is it on Netflix or?
I don't think it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I don't
HBO
think
Max?
it made it to Netflix.
I don't think it's streaming it.
Okay.
I mean, is it who runs it? Would it be like a Disney movie or something? I really don't know. Speaking of other stuff I'm looking forward to, I don't know if y'all read like that Fourth Wing Iron Flame series, but Onyx Storm dropping in like 2 days on the 21st. I guess I'm the only one excited about that.
No, I read
The
Fourth
only
Wing.
one. Because the man don't know what you're talking about. I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
When I'm thinking about the Audible, that thing was like maybe 20-some hours. I'm not gonna sit that up.
Wow. See, you gotta listen to the graphic audio version of this book. Every character has their own voice. They have sound effects. I mean, I like it. But I don't know. What type of books are you into? Because I'm heavy into fantasy. So
No, I read one book last year. I can't think of the title.
Hold up.
However,
you say you read what?
no. I read several books, but the first book, see, the meal.
Don't y'all start beefing already? Don't y'all start?
Oh,
It's been a lifelong thing for y'all.
I didn't even know we were still beefing. I just found out we was beefing.
30 years in the making. Okay?
Right.
I thought
Before
you knew.
Maya. This was a pre-Maya beef.
And it started over some, and no, neither one of us still drink that drink. I can't even remember what it was. The beer don't even buy it. However,
I don't remember. All I know was it was to be a wake up. What's going on? Mila released a song.
and we was
On Baby
started
Jake.
from your living room.
Right. On Jake's birthday. I'm like, what?
MySpace not
Okay.
even a platform.
Right. Do you still have
We
that
went through the
picture I
death of
used as
another one.
the... All right. Do
Mhm.
you still have that picture I used? Because I need to put that as your guest starring.
Delete something. Delete it. They won't even put two and two together. Like, who is this man? Who is
Right.
this child? This man child. But no, so the first book I read last year, it was it involved a small town, and like this thing kept like kidnapping black girls. And so it ended up kidnapping this one girl because she was the goddaughter of the woman he really tried to kidnap. So he was like, oh, this is my perfect opportunity. And he ended up being like a sphinx. What is it? From Egypt. With the
Sphinx.
There we go. Totally random in a small country town.
Okay. So that sounds
said
like
all
you
that.
into thrillers.
Absolutely. And an alien come and beam me up, please.
Okay.
And let's solve a murder mystery as we drive.
Okay. All right.
Maya, what kind of books you into?
I like fantasy books. I don't like to read for real though.
Sound
That's
like
fair.
you're on beer, because what you been listening to?
Nothing. If it
Mm,
ain't General Hospital, I don't know anything about it.
There's a new show coming out. We're supposed to be watching it.
We're going to watch that. I think it come out in February.
Okay, I'm glad. I thought I missed it.
On CBS. We're going to watch it. I don't think I can. That's a plug, huh? I can't hear a plug. It's going to come out on cable. I am going to transition us.
Come on, Whoopi.
So,
You know, that's what she be doing.
yeah. She's the moderator. Keep
Hey,
us
that's
on
enough.
track.
Let's go.
All right. Yeah, Whoopi do put her foot down. But yeah, I just want to thank all of the people who took the time to listen to our first episode. And we truly appreciate you taking that time to listen, give us that feedback. And it is an honor to have you join us on this journey. We are definitely feeling the love. We'd like to start by wrapping up a few loose ends from the previous episode, specifically sharing which generations we belong to, because I think we breezed right over that. Bia, would you like to share which generation you belong to? What they call a Gen Xer. And I've been hearing that they have Zennials also. So I can fall into either one of those because I was raised like right there in the beginning of the millennial era, at the end of the Gen X era. So yeah, I'm Gen X Zennial. That's me. And then I am Gen Y, also known as a millennial. And I did want to actually talk about our age gap too. So Bia was actually 12 going on 13 when I was born. And I was 15 when Maya was born. And then Maya, would you like to share which generation you're a part of?
I'm a part of the best generation, Gen Z.
Sorry, I almost choked on my tea here. Why she wearing a millennial t-shirt?
Power Rangers? Power Rangers is multi-generational.
I mean the OG, because y'all had like 52 different Power Rangers. We had
The
one.
OG Power Rangers sucks.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold up.
Oh my goodness. Controversial for no reason.
So
Y'all just be
disrespectful.
quiet. Sorry.
Hold on. Okay, I see we coming out with I gotta come out with my guard up. But yeah, we just want to thank y'all for being a part of this conversation as we explore the different perspectives of our multi-generational team. I also wanted to say that we currently are planning to do bi-weekly shows, which will be released on Thursdays. However, if we're a little late, please forgive us. You know, we're all carrying loads that get heavy sometimes, but we will try our best to keep it going. And for this season, we currently have 10 episodes planned and break before we move on to season 2. Maya, did you get Auntie Bia's review on that Yeet song?
Yeah. No, I don't remember what you said. What'd you say, Aunt Bia?
I would listen to it again.
But we listened to it on the TV. You need to listen to it in the car, max volume.
Right. So I can put it on my playlist for whenever I go back to the gym.
Yeah.
My
It's a good gym
music.
song.
Yeah. Antoine, you ever heard of it?
Never.
I thought I would.
Not at all.
Okay. Yeah. I think it grew on me a little bit. The first time I listened to it, I think I listened to it wrong because I had it up
Right.
on my Amazon Music. And of course, I'm looking at the lyrics and I'm like, oh, this is rough. And he kind of do that. What was that guy's name that did the Tatiana song? He kind of
Blueface?
rap a little bit off
Blueface,
the
yeah.
beat a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. But then I put my beats on and I just mellowed out, put it up loud, and I'm like, okay, I can kind of feel where mine's going with that.
Yeah.
And I think the way you listen does actually matter for that song.
I also
No,
heard some
my-
Jersey beats.
Jersey beats, yeah. You need to put those on full volume too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually did not realize that I was familiar with the Jersey beat like vibe already. I didn't have a name for it, but I mean, I like it. But yeah. We did actually get a definition of wolf ticket from our family historian, Mr. Thomas Love, aka our brother, aka Maya's dad.
Yeah.
And he pretty much told us it was someone that is all bark and no bite. And we know a lot of people like that.
Yeah. Wolf ticket. I don't even know where that came from last time.
It came out so smooth though.
Like, wolf ticket. Yeah. So, yeah, I see what I can come up with this week.
In this episode, we dive into the exciting yet challenging journey of transitioning to adulthood. We specifically want to explore what it means to mature emotionally, socially, and mentally during this significant life stage. Whether you're a young adult navigating this phase, an adult that just simply wants to reflect on their own journey, or a parent guiding your child through it, this episode is intended to really dive into our own personal experiences with what it means to think like an adult. I feel like this might end up becoming a 2-part episode if it runs too long, but we'll do our best to stay on topic. We have a special guest joining us today. Bia, would you like to introduce him?
Yes, let me go ahead and bring Antoine to the stage. So this is Antoine. He's an experienced professional dedicated to fostering positive change and inclusivity within his community. As an intervention court coordinator, he plays a pivotal role in supporting individuals on their journey toward rehabilitation and personal growth. Outside of his professional work, Antoine is a proud parent to his child Anaya and finds joy in balancing the challenges and rewards of parenthood. He is also a devoted dog owner, embracing the love and energy that his four-legged companion brings to his life. Known for his commitment to community engagement, leadership, and family, Antoine is passionate about building systems that encourage fairness, understanding, and opportunity for all. So welcome, Antoine. So y'all might also hear me call him Jake, because that's what I call him. I think that's what we all call him. So ain't that what we agreed to, Jake?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Jake,
I was like,
sometime.
I'll never call you
Sometimes.
Antoine.
Listen, listening back to that bio, it sounds like I am a mature adult. I'm far from it. Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. That's who that is.
Okay.
Well,
I'm like, who
On the
that
topic
be?
of that, since you said you're an adult, what age did all y'all consider yourselves adults?
No, for me, it probably was until Mila left. And I was like, well, because I always consider myself still part of the kids, all 5 of us. I still have a hard time adulting right now. Then my mom's still here. Our mom's still here. So, I'm still like, that's my mama. Hey, mama, can you cook? Can you do this? Can you do that? So just because I own some stuff that I still don't feel like I'm adulting. Even though I know I'm adulting, it just doesn't feel like it.
I was 35. And it still
35.
sounds weird. We're not 35. That's it.
35.
35.
Yeah.
I
You
am.
got a little seasoning on you.
Listen, I got a little, when I found one gray hair in my beard, that's when I said, hey, you're not a child any longer.
Okay.
And that was, 2 weeks ago.
Okay. That's fair. I know for me, I didn't really start to feel like an adult until I was probably like 25. It was really the realization that I was free to make my own choices, meaning, when you're a child, you kind of make decisions thinking about like, what would my parents think? But for me, like once I hit that age, I started to think like, okay, it's on me to make decisions for what I want my future to look like. So I would say 25 for me.
Okay. Were there any things that you guys believed about adults until you actually became one?
That adults were mature.
For sure. And all the answers. Like, oh no, you just know what to
Right. I feel like it didn't even take me until adulthood to realize that, though. Like, I feel like I realized that, like, in middle school, high school. And it's insane now to think about the fact that you may have reached a mental and emotional maturity that some people will never reach.
That's deep. Because, you know, I wanted to be Peter Pan. I ain't never want to grow up, you know. You know, I told my mom and dad a long time ago, I said, I was never leaving y'all. I'm never moving out. Why? The struggle to go through what all those other people are going through? No. So, yeah. But life be lifing.
Never gonna move out. I'm just gonna bounce around between y'all.
Well, okay. Oh,
You're gonna
good to
wake up
know.
one morning in your own house. Like, oh man, what is happening?
So, Maya, I'll ask you, because you're kind of newly navigating adulthood right now. Are there any life skills you're currently learning that you wish you would have learned sooner?
Money management. I don't have a job. I don't have a job, so I'm still living off of y'all, basically. But that doesn't mean I still need to learn to manage the money that I do get better, because I really had a problem with just spending a bunch of money. And then also, I have to be accountable for myself now, that I'm in college. I have to wake myself up and make sure I'm where I need to be on time. And I have to put gas in my own car, and I have to drive myself places, and I have to make sure I get to practice on time. So time management and money management, basically. Yeah.
Definitely topics we'll cover during the season. So, yeah.
How'd you feel you did managing it the first semester?
Money management, I definitely did really bad. And time management, I think I did better than I thought I was, because I still have a problem with going to sleep on time. I'll go to sleep at 2 and have to wake up at 6. That's a problem. But I got to where I needed to be on time for the most part. So I think I did pretty all right.
2 in the morning, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sleep at 2. I remember I went out to college. That first semester was trash. I stayed in overdraft, and I was like, my dorm was right in front of the store, and they used to sell food at night. So if I got hungry, instead of looking at my refrigerator, I just go down there, get some chicken tenders and French fries, and then I don't know what was going on with my bank, but the money wouldn't go out until the week after. So then I would try to go out, and then the money's already gone. I'm in a negative $50. I'm like, oh, never mind. And then I started eating in the refrigerator. So yeah, kudos to you for learning that in the first couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Do y'all feel there's an unofficial checklist that defines success?
Absolutely. Yeah,
so what would be on your checklist?
Well, my checklist is a little different from the unofficial checklist. Okay. I would say the unofficial checklist is probably you go to school, do good at school, go off to college, meet someone special, graduate college, work, get married, buy a house, have some kids, climb the ladder, retire, and then head off to the afterlife. In that order. So, yeah. That's not what my checklist looks like, but I think that's what the unofficial checklist that defines
that's the
success.
Stuff that'll be on your checklist. That makes sense.
I think the unofficial requirement for success is picture worthy. So anything that you can take a picture of, say for instance, you take a picture of your office. You got a corner office with an ocean scene. Take a picture of your family with 3 kids and 2 dogs. I think anything that you can showcase is what the unofficial success checklist is. Now mine is when you go home at night, you lay down, you okay and happy with your life. Whether or not that's working at a corporation, starting your own business, or just working down the street at your auntie's chicken shack. As long as you're happy with your life, you're not doing anything illegal, your success is your success.
So Maya, what's on your checklist that you're trying to strive to be?
My personal checklist?
Yes.
Really just trying to do the job that I want to do and graduate college. That's mine. I just want to, doesn't necessarily have to be something that gives me billions of dollars or something that's like socially deemed a good job. I just want to do what makes me happy. And if I get, if I do that, then I feel like I've been successful.
Okay. So a couple of things like Maya is on my list is to be happy. Like you said, to sleep good at night. If I can sleep good at night, wake up at night, I'm not being a burden on anybody else. I'm preparing for the future, to get ready. I always tell Maya, look, when I die, you do what you have to do. I'm going. I've already enjoyed my life, so I don't want to be a burden on her to pull from her to already set her up. So she has to work harder to be successful. But because I'm enjoying life and live every day like tomorrow could be my last day. So I'm happy. And that's what makes me, I feel like that's what's on my checklist, just to be happy. So Mila, I'm going to start with you again. So how do you personally feel about a checklist?
Honestly, I think I have never subscribed to checklists. I feel like people who knew me as a child knew I kind of always marched to the beat of my own drum. And I took that straight to adulthood with me, honestly.
Jake, do you feel there has to be like a checklist that you have to check off to define success?
Yeah, for your day-to-day tasks. I have a task journal that I have to write down and check off every task that I do at this point, mainly because I'm involved in so much. But for my personal life, absolutely not. No. 'Cause everybody's success is not your success. And just because the grass looks green on that side does not mean it's going to be green in your yard on that block. So no. As long as I'm happy, I'm good.
All right. Maya?
I agree with what they said. There's not really a checklist.
All right. Yeah, I don't believe in checklists either, but I do believe in task lists because I am getting older and I'm like Jake, I need a list. I will get me a sticky note and draw my own boxes of stuff I need to accomplish. So I do believe in a task list, but a checklist for success.
That task list is the best thing ever created. I say I've been accomplishing so much in life.
Yeah, I have to have one because I fall off.
Sometimes life comes at you hard and fast, pushing you to grow and adapt quickly, yet it's essential to honor that inner child that will always be a part of you, that authentic, that creative, that free spirit that's at your core. This part of you shapes who you are and can serve as an inner compass, guiding you to recognize areas of hurt or unfulfillment, as well as things that bring you joy and make you feel lighter. Maya, would you like to lead the conversation about connecting with your inner child?
I sure would. Aunt Bia, and this is going to be for everybody, but Aunt Bia, how would you define the concept of the inner child and why is it important to connect with your inner child?
I think you need to connect just so you can stay grounded, stay humble, and learn how to enjoy like the little things in life. Because when I was a child, I enjoyed playing with Barbie dolls, riding bikes, just outside playing in the yard, playing in the leaves. And sometimes when we get adults, we lose sight of that. We overthink stuff and just be like, just take a breath, breathe, go back to when I was a child. These are the things I enjoyed. I never lost that. I just need to reach out and find that sometimes. So that's how to find my inner child.
What does everybody else think? Anybody can answer.
I mean, I guess my inner kid, well, as a child, I was kind of afraid to use my voice. So I would just sit there and smile and not speak. And the older I was getting, the more I paid attention to when I would speak, how people would listen, like their ears perked up, like their attention came to me. And I was like, I'm just saying good morning. Like, what are you thinking about? Like, it shocked me when people would listen. And then I used that as I got older to when I say something, I mean it. It is really encouraging for me to continue to speak and to protect my inner child because that kid was afraid to speak. Now I'm an adult and that's all I do. I talk to everybody. I go to Walmart and have full-on conversations with a person that's just trying to pick up oranges. No, I spent so many years being quiet. So now I'm just going to talk to everybody.
So you're that person.
I am that person. I will have a conversation and please don't learn my name.
Sir, all I want is these oranges over here. That's all I want.
You know it's supposed to snow Tuesday. You prepared for that? Hey, to carry on the conversation. But no, I was quiet so many years. Like I got to catch up.
I'll let you talk then. I will. I guess I'll listen.
I
Maya
learned
says
it
I
from
do that
you.
too. I was
You
going to say, Maya
do.
say I do that.
Yeah, you do talk to everybody.
I got that from you. I got that from my mama, my daddy, even my brother. Like everybody. Like y'all know everybody. No, they just talk to everybody. They don't know them.
Maya say, you just be talking. Can't turn it off now. Mila, what's
I
up with
didn't
your
answer.
inner
I'm
child?
sorry.
Yeah.
I got so enthralled in the oranges, I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think as children, that's normally when a lot of us have felt like the most free and the most creative, the most ready to explore. And then you start seeing the world for what it truly is, and you start building up these walls, you get harder, and you stop being as vulnerable, and you start worrying about what others think of you. Like, what does my voice sound like? Are my hobbies weird? So I think it's important to connect with that inner child, because to me, that's what's at your core behind the walls that you put up over the years. So that inner child should be protected by you. It should be nurtured by you, and it should be loved by you, because that's who you really are, in my opinion.
You know what's funny about that answer? I think me and Mila are close in the same what is it, generation? And our responses are total opposite. My bad. I don't know how that happened. Like all I had was 2 fingers. I didn't have 2 fingers. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
You
might
got
be an
different
iPhone
tricks.
thing.
Oh,
That's an
gotta be.
iPhone thing.
Our answer was the total opposite. Jamila was happy as a kid, and I'm over there shell shocked. I can't say nothing. And then now all I do is talk. And she was like, I'm protecting this. That conversation I don't want to have with you. Moving on.
So, do you guys think that reconnecting with your inner child can help heal emotional patterns or behaviors that we learned during childhood?
For sure. I'll use my example again. Like I said, I was a quiet kid. I never felt like I had a voice. And now that my kid feels like she has every voice, may have changed that pattern too soon.
It can help it hurt, because sometimes you'll reflect back and then it might trigger another memory. But as long as you can bring back, like, oh, I wonder what brought me to this memory. And I was like, oh, I did have a good moment in there, and trying to recreate that good moment. So yeah.
yeah, I would agree. Because I think, unfortunately, as children, we put so much trust in the adults around us, and we mimic behaviors. We pick up so many of our thinking styles from others, and we're sponges, like just picking up stuff. And this stuff sometimes includes trauma. So sometimes, like, I think about looking at pictures of me when I was like 16, and I was super thin, but in my mind, I was fat. And it may have been because somebody was in my ear telling me that I was fat. So how do you heal that? I think with time, effort, and patience, you have to kind of reach back to that little vulnerable version of you, and like let that version of you know that this was all fake news. Like, because I mean, look at how many of us in these generations are experiencing body dysmorphia and other patterns and behaviors that we walk into adulthood having to heal from, simply because somebody was feeding us things when we were in that like very vulnerable place that we were when we were children.
Okay. Can healing your inner child help you approach challenges or different situations from a healthier perspective?
Yeah, because you're tapping into that part of you that hopefully, maybe not for Jay, but felt free, like free from tons of judgment, free from having to be perfect, free to be creative, free to be afraid.
That's I'll do that answer. Pick somebody else. But no, I mean it can, because it can bring you awareness of um how you were how you was kind of formed. Just like Jamila said, like you kind of pick up things from who you're around. And sometimes something that happened as a child can affect how you are as an adult, but you can't remember like the certain situation that moment changed for you. So whenever you do a deep dive and go through like, hey, I did this and I was happy as a kid, or this hurt my feelings as a kid, so now I'm afraid to say this out loud. Going through those situations can help you as an adult form how you would handle it as you could have as a kid, if y'all followed me what I was going with. Because I kind of felt like I got off the road, but then I came. Y'all came.
I didn't
You
have
came
to
back.
whoop you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You came back.
All right. Thank you. Picking it. Look, the tires cleared off. I woke up. I think them bumped on the road first.
See, this is why this might be a two-parter right here.
Yeah, I think healing your inner child can help you approach challenges. One of my things is I try not to replicate things that might have traumatized me when I was younger. If I experienced something and I didn't like how it felt, I try not to do that to or show that to Maya or Mila or anybody that was younger around me, because I was like, well, I ain't like how it felt, or I ain't like how it made me feel. So I'm not gonna say that, or I'm not gonna do that. That's why I really don't talk about like weight and how skinny y'all are or whatever. It was like just right. You. It was like, because you already know all my life been up, down, every which way. It is what it is.
On the topic of that, technically I am still a child, but that reminds me of how, like, things that I experienced when I was younger, I also try not to, like, bring those into my life now. So I like to talk. I like to talk a lot. And sometimes when I'm talking to people, I feel like they're not listening to me, like my friends or strangers. And it really, like, that really, I don't know, rubs me the wrong way. I don't like that when I'm talking to somebody about something I'm passionate about and it seems like they're not paying attention. So whenever I'm anywhere with somebody and they're talking about something that they're really passionate about, I try my best to, like, give them my full attention, because I know I don't like the way it makes me feel when people do that to me.
It's a
That's my
good one.
favorite tool is to like have those maybe one-on-one conversations in a group. Give that person the attention. Like, hey, everything is going on around us. However, you have my attention. Tell me whatever you want to know. You want me to know, and I enjoy it. Sometimes I'm still not listening, but my eyes is connected to you, and you get that off your chest. Don't ask me what you just said, but my body is there. Okay, it's physically listening.
So since we're talking about childhood, like I'm gonna head to Maya. Since you said you're still a child, do you find yourself drawn to things and experiences that bring you joy, like while you're at school?
Definitely. The things that brought me joy when I was younger, well, I'm still younger, but like back in the day, was like, you know, the usual Saturday morning cartoons, certain foods, and just coloring. You know, I do that now. I like to color and I like to watch I still watch a bunch of cartoons. And then food. Yeah, I love to eat food. Those are the things that brought me joy as a child, and I still do them to this day.
SpongeBob.
Mila's so funny. Mila will find, we could talk about whatever, and Mila will find that exact reference in SpongeBob. And she'll find it and send it to you. Like, here you go. Bam. Like, what? What was SpongeBob doing to even have this? Why did he have this going on? Jake, do you find yourself drawn to things and experiences that brought you joy as a child?
Oh yeah. Just like Maya said, shoot, I remember one time we went to a Mexican restaurant and me and my brother ordered some chicken tenders. Somebody on this podcast went off on us. It was like, if I ever take y'all in another place, you order chicken tenders again, like, damn, I am sorry. Yeah, I know to order a burrito next time we go. But no, I'm like that way with my kid too. Like, no, you need to
Okay.
experience. Yeah,
Okay.
no, you got to
Okay.
experience this lifestyle, all right?
So, I mean, I traumatized you, but it was in a good way, because I made you experience other foods and stop going to Mexican restaurants ordering chicken tenders
And them
and
chicken
French
tenders
fries.
was disgusting. That was the
Right.
worst chicken tenders I
Was so
ever
mad.
had.
That's why you shouldn't have been eating. You should have ordered some nachos, tacos, something, burrito.
No, because as a kid, like we were limited, and that's something that I don't like to bring up. It's because I don't want to seem as if I was victimized as a kid. My parents did the best that they could, but now, even when I was working at a grocery store, every Tuesday I got paid. We went and bought something new. Like, hey, we not gonna be 25-year-old trying tiramisu. We don't know what it tastes like now.
Right.
That's it. Like, hey, as soon as I got old enough to start reversing what I wanted as a kid, I did. And the main thing is food. So yeah, it's my love language for myself.
And one thing about y'all, though, I'm glad that y'all did embrace me, because, you know, when I came over there to see y'all were young. One day I came over and I was like, I had a Dr. Pepper, 2 liter. I was like, I'm finna drink Dr. Pepper. Nobody in the house drank Dr. Pepper, none of y'all. And I'm like, y'all ain't gotta drink it. I'ma drink it. You know? I was like, I'm opening it up to share. So I go watch TV. I come back. Why did Dr. Pepper go? I'm like, I thought nobody liked Dr. Pepper. What happened? But I don't think y'all had ever experienced Dr. Pepper like that.
No.
Once y'all got y'all taste, y'all were like, we've been sleeping on it.
No, our mama like one thing and one thing only. And look, and she wonder why I'm OCD. Girl, because you like one thing and one thing only. And if you like it, you expect us to like the same thing.
Yeah.
No, we're different people. Give us this
Right.
time.
Nah, y'all good though. Every time I brought some, come on, y'all, let's go try this. Okay. Cinco de Mayo, let's go.
Hey, still my favorite holiday. We went to one spot and all they had was a band. I said, wait a minute. Could have went to another spot for this.
Okay. Nah, Maya, before you were born, we used to have a family day. I was on swing shift. And Mila was over here, Bob was here, Jake, JJ. JT will pop in and out. He either hung with us or he didn't. But we always did.
Freddie.
So that was Freddie, yes. Freddie did come to family day. Yeah, I'll tell you, we used to have the best times doing nothing. We used to sit here, we didn't record anything. We just hung out, ate, and talked about each other.
And played Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Yo.
Wii Sports, Band Hero, Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero. How I forget about that?
Yeah, Band Hero.
Jamila was hitting them notes laying down. Charles was still getting it. Like, wait, I'm waking up and still going to sleep. She's still singing. But Carl playing. I can't remember if he was playing drums at this point or the guitar. Yeah,
it all depends who came over, because Darcy used to come over.
Uh-huh.
Brandon used to come over. So Brandon came over. He broke a whole drum set.
And
he was playing the drums so hard. Family day used to be awesome. Oh, my bad. Back on topic. All right. Let me see. Who didn't answer? Maya, did you answer? No, Mila didn't answer.
What was the question? Who at? I'm doing a bad job at Whoopi, huh? Oh yeah. Because me and Gina had just took a trip to Chicago a few months ago. And when we were kids, both of us ended up going to the Museum of Science and Industry. We went back and we had a ball, okay? Yeah, it feels good to have those experiences where you feel like you're connected to your inner child.
All right. Good. So how does caring for your inner child improve your relationships with others? Let me shoot up. Who I hadn't shot? Boop. Maya.
You just shot me.
I went around the circle and said,
okay. I think that caring for your inner child improves your relationships with others, because I just feel like when you embrace your inner child, you're your most authentic self. And if you're being your most authentic self for other people, I just feel like you have a better chance at fostering good relationships. Because if you're forming a relationship with somebody and you're not being who you really are, then that's just not a good foundation to start any type of relationship on. So if you're being your authentic self, that's a good foundation for the relationship.
Okay. Mila.
Yeah, I feel like caring and connecting with your inner child, it can keep you open-minded to the fact that no matter how old you are, we're all at different stages. We all have different stories. We all have different traumas. So who am I to judge how that showed up in your adult life?
Okay. Jake?
Yeah, I think so. Having a healthy and transparent conversation with whomever it is. That way, both y'all can know how to talk to each other. Say, for instance, someone was constantly yelled at as a kid, and as soon as you slightly raise your voice, they shut down. I think that as long as they know that about themselves and is working on it, they can be like, hey, if that volume go up, I'm going to shut down. And that's the same with me. Like, if you yelling at me, I'm not listening to anything. Having and recognizing how you was actually raised and able to translate that to that person can definitely affect how y'all maneuver in a relationship going forward.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, as long as you care for your inner child and you can realize that there was some trauma that you endured, and be like, look, just because it happened back then doesn't mean that that's what that person is trying to do to you today. They might not know better. Or just being able to know the difference now maybe, when I was growing up, mental health wasn't a thing. Like, nobody talked about somebody. It was like, Younger just went crazy. He went to war, and he just looked throat, just always something, but
Agent
he never
Orange.
talked about it.
Agent Orange.
Yes, Agent Orange. So everybody just processes it differently. But as an adult, now you're like, oh, okay, we didn't address it. And so now we know how to process it. So now I can process it as an adult, kind of have an open mind about stuff now.
Okay. Now my bad. Zuko started breathing.
I heard that one.
You heard?
That was a sign. They was like, man, wrap this up.
Zuko
Like,
want
how
to be
long
on
I
the
gotta
show.
sit here?
Man,
Right?
from the change scale on up.
Zuko said, when we gonna have this puppy podcast? When the puppy's gonna be here?
Right.
He want to see his cousin
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, he got some stuff to get off his chest.
Right.
Big old chest. We know that there is no magical age or switch where you all of a sudden have the answers. Obviously, no one will have all the answers ever, but there comes a time where you realize that when you choose to work on yourself, you may find that you've become more emotionally and mentally mature than the people who may be physically older than you. And that's okay. So let's discuss what it means to mature versus just getting older. B, did you want to start the conversation about growing emotionally and mentally?
So how would you define mental and emotional maturity in your own words? And I'll even start. Emotional maturity for me is to not react when somebody is applying that pressure. They're releasing all their mental pressure on me or their emotional aura on me. And I'm still able to stay myself and think through things. I work in a business where a lot of people get very emotional, and I still have to stay composed and be able to make heads and tails of what's going on so I can make a business decision. So how would y'all define mental and emotional maturity in your own words? Mila?
When I think of mental maturity, it makes me think of a person's ability to navigate like challenges that come their way, building up their resilience, somebody being able to like handle differing views and opinions. Cause like obviously in the state that we're currently in, like you're gonna have to work with people who like don't think the same way as you. And you sometimes cannot take it personal. Also like that ability to like sit back and reflect, and take accountability and being able to identify like what you're strong at, what you're weak at, things that may trigger you. And I feel like that mental maturity piece does go hand in hand with emotional maturity. Because like you were saying, I think when you look at somebody's ability to navigate their emotions, like it kind of tells you a lot about their maturity. Like if somebody's like quick to react, somebody's not able to like communicate their emotions and remain grounded, it just kind of shows you that they are like still pretty emotionally immature.
All right. It's just like you said, triggering, because that's what happens. A lot of people try to, if somebody's, I'm not going to say weak, but if they're emotionally invested, they try to find triggering words or things to try to get you on the same level that they're on. And sometimes you got to block that. Like, no, you're not going to trigger me. You can keep trying, keep shooting, but it's not going to work. All right, Jake, how would you define mental and emotional maturity in your own words?
Yeah, piggybacking off of what Jamila said, I think they do go hand in hand. At work, I can compartmentalize a lot better than in my personal life. At work, I do have a little bit of authority, but I don't abuse it because I'm dealing with adults. If someone is mad at me for putting handcuffs on them, then of course they should be able to say whatever they want to say, and I'm not going to take it personally. Listening to what someone has to say about me physically, it's not going to hurt my feelings because at the end of the day, I am black. I can't get mad that you call me black. This one guy said you can never trust an adult with braces. And I was like, you know what? That's funny because I did put you in jail. And also I do have braces. Like I didn't feel like he was coming for me, because there was some type of truth in it. Even listening to some harsh things, if there's a little bit of truth, you should not be reacting emotionally to it because again, truth is truth. In my personal life, it definitely depends on who says it. I am not emotionally mature enough to handle it like I would if I was on the clock. It's just some things that I'm working on currently, and it's something that I believe I will always work on. I don't think I will always be on top of being mentally mature or emotionally mature. It depends on the day, how tough the day has already been, in the situation. I'm doing the best I could do. I'm doing the best I can with what I got.
That's it. You said you're working on it. That's all of us. We're not perfect. Work in progress. So, Maya, how would you define mental and emotional maturity?
I have nothing else to add. I feel like y'all covered everything.
What do you think are some key qualities in a mature person? Okay. Jake, go ahead.
Some key qualities in a mature person is to be able to articulate their feelings as well as listen and respond effectively. Sometimes someone may tell you something that you do not agree with, but it's something for you to listen to and take in and see if you can do checks and balances. Like, you know what? Maybe I do come off harsh. Maybe I can change in this manner, versus listening to what they say, taking it personal, and then just cutting them off. And all they're trying to do is help you become a better person.
I would say empathy is a big one for me. Like being able to see something from someone else's perspective. Resiliency for sure. Like when those aren't the end of the world. Like, cause I've seen some people who get really upset about doors that close in their face. And it's like, sometimes you gotta just accept that as protection. Cause what is it they say? Rejection can be protection sometimes. And then I think responsible, being able to take care of business. Yeah, those are some qualities I would say a mature person might hold.
One big thing for me is being able to evolve, being able to change with things that may arise or with the times. I know what an 8-track player is, but that don't mean I want to still listen to one. You know, I'm evolving. I don't have Spotify, I got Amazon Prime, but I evolve. I know my try to get on this Spotify, but that's one of the things that I think is key because I work with a lot of people. I deal with people that they won't, hey, it's been working this way, so why would we change it? Well, things evolve. We need to keep changing. We need to keep growing. So I think that's a sign of maturity also, just being able to adapt and evolve. So Maya, Maya, boy, you know, I still get stuck. Mila, how do you handle challenging emotions like anger, disappointment, or fear in a mature way?
I don't fear my emotions, first of all. I feel like I'm very reflective. And if some challenging emotion shows up, I just sit in it. I try and figure out why am I experiencing it. And then, you know, if there's a conflict that needs to be resolved in order for me to make peace with that emotion, then I simply approach it thinking like, how would I want someone to approach me if I made them feel that way?
Jake, same question. How do
Yeah,
you handle challenging emotions?
I feel my emotions and then I find a correct way, or what I can perceive would be the correct way to handle them. Sometimes it's ignoring it. Sometimes it's facing it face on. Sometimes it's being mad for 5 minutes and then like, you know what? It really wasn't that bad.
Maya, how you?
I guess I handle my emotions pretty much the same way, just like sitting there and processing them. A big thing for me is usually if I'm feeling a strong emotion, it's because of another person. So I like to talk through my emotions with the person. I have a problem with some people don't like to talk about their emotions like that. And it's kind of hard for me if I like to talk about it, but you don't. So I have to come to terms with that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Just sit in my pit. I went to a camp, a leadership camp, and we had a motivational speaker. And one of the things he talked about was whenever you're feeling a very intense emotion, you don't need to just wipe it away. You need to sit. He said, sit in your pit and really think about your emotions. So I've been trying to do that.
Okay, that's good because I guess I was raised to emotions are what? A weakness. You swallow them emotions, shake it off and keep it moving. But I have been working on that. I've been trying to at least admit that I feel some kind of emotion. But I've been so good at just all right, I feel some kind of way, swallow that, suck it up and let's keep moving. That it's kind of hard to sit in the pit. But I'm working on it. Because, you know, I suck it up. I'm like, oh, okay, it happened. It is what it is. What's next? Let me see. So what are some behaviors or beliefs you've let go as you matured, Mila?
The illusion of control. That it's possible to maintain control over someone else's behavior or their actions. Because I think a lot of times you see that with parent-child relationships, or maybe like partners over their significant others, leaders over the people that they employ, like trying to have like some sense of control. But I think you should come to terms with the fact that people are going to people. People are going to do what they want to do, when they want to do it, and how they want to do it. And, having that realization kind of helps you to like let go of like the disappointment you may have in people or unrealistic expectations you may have over people. Because I know, especially when I started to pick up like bigger leadership roles, I would get frustrated sometimes because I'm like, why are you not doing this exactly the way I would do it? But it's like, you can't expect people to do things the way you would do it. So like easing up on like control or the illusion of it.
Okay. Jake, what's some beliefs or behaviors you've let go?
I don't know if I let go of anything, but I would say allowance. I allow people to treat me a certain way. So if I don't want to be treated that way, I don't allow a person to treat me a certain way. That's it. I think I've gained. I don't think I've let anything go. I think maybe I let go of insecurities, but also gained an allowance to hold myself accountable for what I want to be accountable for and how I want people to treat me.
I know one thing I've let go is that I don't just cut people off. I used to, if somebody made me feel a certain way, I'd cut you off, deleted you, I don't talk to you anymore. But now I just, you just showed me who you are, and I know what to expect from you. I don't cut you all the way off my life, but I just don't give you the weight that you had before you said whatever you said or did whatever you did. So that's one of the things I've done. I was like, I just know how to handle people that make me feel a certain way better now. Maya?
I really agree with Mila, the letting people do what they're going to do. And I know y'all hate on me being on TikTok all the time, but I just learned, like, this is something new. I learned, it's not really learning, but people talk about this method called the let them method. So, like, if somebody wants to do something, like, let them do it, because there's no point in trying to control them. Because if they're trying to do something, that's what they want to do in their first nature. So you trying to control them isn't really going to do anything. So it's like, you just let people do what they want to do, and then you react accordingly. And also, I learned that I am not like always right. Not saying that I thought I was always right, but I definitely had a problem when I was younger. People would say stuff and I would say I know to everything. And I had to realize that I can't just like be always right. I try to see things from other people's point of view to see, just try to see things from other people's point of view.
Cool.
Okay, so how has self-awareness played a role in your journey towards maturity, Antoine?
Self-awareness has played a major role because anybody could tell you who they want you to be, but you have to be aware of who you are. Sometimes you can take advice and improve, and sometimes that advice could be negative and want to hold you down. Find out who you are, your morals, what motivates you, all of that, your inner core, your thoughts, how you exist in the world and where you want to go. Knowing that can help you get to your finish line. Sometimes you know where your finish line can be, and then you can start off in a race, but then there's a pothole right in front of you. But if you just focus on that finish line, then you're going to fall into that pothole. So understanding that there may be times where you need to change and pivot, it's okay. Did I
like
answer
the
that
pothole
question?
reference. That was cute.
Okay,
That was a
good.
cute answer. I liked it.
I didn't give it an answer.
Self-awareness, I just know, I guess it's just knowing me and knowing what I bring to the table and what I bring to conversations or wherever I'm at. So that's just helped me out. I know I can be loud. I know I can be quiet. I just knowing me and what I can apply to the group or the job or whatever. That's what's helped me.
You got anything to add?
Yeah, I guess just knowing, who I am, doing introspection so that I know what I need to work on, because obviously I'm still on my journey to maturity.
We all are.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I think it's an everlasting, it's a marathon.
Pretty
Right.
much, Yeah, I mean, I think it sounds like we all agree that like self-awareness in this context is almost kind of like mindfulness, like just being aware of the energy that's around you and the energy that you are putting out. So, how important do y'all think empathy is when it comes to building and maintaining healthy relationships?
Well, it's very important. First of all, if somebody wants to come to me and they're opening up something personal, yeah, you gotta be empathetic. Because I know me, I don't share much. So when I do open up, that's what I expect is empathy. So I always try to give it, and I hope I do a good job at giving it. But I feel like if anybody ever opens up something personal, that's what they're looking for is empathy. So I try to give them that, but it's important.
I do think empathy is really important because everybody doesn't go through the same thing. So if somebody reacts to something a certain way, you need to put yourself in their place. That's where I learned what empathy was from Adventure Time. That's unimportant. But yeah,
I
put
mean, it
yourself
is
in there.
important.
Oh, it's a song. But yeah, there's this episode of Adventure
I thought you were
Time.
talking about the cartoon, right?
Yeah, the cartoon. There's an episode of Adventure
Okay.
Time where there's this like monster and he's terrorizing this town of little people. And Finn and Jake, they like sing him a song so that he knows that that's not the right thing to do. It's like empathy, put yourself in the place of me. That's the song. So
Hey,
It's cute.
but yeah, so just understanding that everybody goes through different things, so everybody's not going to react to stuff the same way. That helps maintain healthy relationships.
I like to show empathy. I don't like to receive it. If you need me to listen, I got you all day long. If you want me to listen, do you want me to respond? If you want me to help you come up with a plan to get out of it, I can do it all. However, I don't want you to show me empathy. Yeah, like,
What?
but that's in part two. Let me go through the.
That's real. That's a
Part
real
two?
big
That's
cliffhanger.
a real
That's
one.
a
Huh?
humongous-
I don't, shoot.
Lord.
I got stuff to do. I can't stop and be sad for me too. Come on, man. You need to talk to me about your issues so I ain't got to think about mine.
And this is exactly why we're doing this podcast.
Right.
I'm a good.
got
I'll be back in part two.
We're gonna have to put you in episode 2. We're gonna have to put you in episode 8 and follow up.
Yeah, I'll be in
Okay.
season 2. That's what I meant to say. You back in season
Okay,
2.
in season 2. Okay.
That's why we are always evolving.
You better let somebody have some empathy for you.
I'm back and forth. Sometimes I'm mature, sometimes I'm not. Somebody else.
You off the clock right now. Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's what that's your life experience, And you know what? Somewhere
Choice.
your inner child is like, love on me,
We did all this
empathize with
hard
me,
work. I can't get a
please.
hug nowhere.
please.
You want me to talk? You should have just did this with it. Give me a hug.
Oh, boy, I'm about to hug you next time I see you. Okay. Yeah, but I do think empathy is like super important when it comes to maintaining healthy relationships. Because I mean, we aren't always operating as the best versions of ourselves. So I might say something today that I might not feel tomorrow. So, hopefully whoever I said that to is able to understand the fact that I'm human. Of course, we all have a million thoughts running through our minds at any given moment, and honing in on the fact that, you shouldn't hold a single moment against somebody. Unless they always doing stuff that's reckless, they got a pattern that's different, but just letting people be human. As you can tell, we got real deep talking about this topic. So we'll go ahead and pause the conversation right here for now, but we'll go ahead and release the second part in the next episode. I hope you tune in.
If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave a review. We'd love to hear your thoughts on today's discussion. Feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at Changing of the Seasons Podcast. That's Changing with a capital C, OTS, all capitals, pod, capital P, or drop a comment below.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. This has been the Changing of the Seasons podcast, and we're your hosts, Maya, Bia, and Mila. Until next time, keep protecting your peace and loving on yourself.